Hi everyone, this is Kat with the OSU Museum of Art and welcome to Second Saturdays. For this month's activity, we will be creating poetry-inspired flags based on water conservation issues. This activity is adapted from a long-term and ongoing collaborative project organized by Signaling Water artists. A small version of this project is now on view at the OSU Museum of Art. Previous presentations included a festival in San Francisco and performances in Paris and Japan. Now it's your turn here in Stillwater, so thank you for joining me and let's get to it. All right, to start, let's look at the materials included in your art kit. You have your instructions. You have your Tyvek flag that we are going to be decorating. You have 3 different colors of paint, a paintbrush, and a cool acrylic marker that you're going to use to write your poetry onto your flag. So what you need from home is some paper to cover the surface you're working on so you don't get paint on it. You're going to need cups with water, one to clean your brush with, and another set of clean water so you can use to stretch your paint if needed, and also some paper towels to clean your brushes with. Also, when you're at home, you're gonna have to wear an apron or some old t-shirt so you don't get paint on your clothing. Acrylics are water-based, but once it dries, it will stain your clothes. So let's start our activity. So this is the cool part about our project. We'll be creating haiku poems. So a haiku is a Japanese verse that is composed of 3 lines, and they go in the format of 5, 7, and 5 syllables. And the way that we are doing our haiku poem is very fun. So the first step is to go to Google browser under your search tab, and you're gonna search a word or a phrase that relates to water concerns that you may have. I will search water pollution. That is my concern right now. So you click on search. On the first page, in all your results, you're going to try to find segments to fit in that format of 5, 7, and 5 syllables of the haiku. You don't need to click on any of the links. You're just going to use your first page results. So try to look for segments that you may like. For example, I like this segment right here. It says toxic substances. So I'm gonna count. I can use my fingers or clap. Toxic substances. So that's a 5-syllable segment that I can use in the first line or the last line of my haiku. Also keep looking. For example, I also like this segment over here that says degrading the quality. So I'm going to count. Degrading the quality. That's 7 syllables. So I can actually use that for my second line of my haiku. You can use whatever segment you want. You just can't change it to fit the haiku. So sometimes it takes a little while. So I'm gonna give you some time so you can look for your fragments and sentences. All right, so this is my haiku. Toxic substances, 5 syllables. Degrading the quality, 7 syllables. Can harm our rivers, 5 syllables. All right, so now it's the time for us to paint our flags inspired by our haiku poems. One little tip that I was going to give is that depending on what color of marker you got, so for example, my marker is very dark, so I am going to leave some portions light. I'm going to use the lighter paint so it can contrast and it can show a little. So if, for example, you get a really light marker, you may want to leave some areas a little bit darker so it can give you some contrast. So acrylic is a very stretchy paint and it dries really fast if you don't use a lot. You can use water to stretch it too. The Tyvek is a really fun surface to paint on it. It's so smooth, and a cool thing that you can achieve with this brush is texture. So I like just going around like that with the paintbrush. Of course, all of our flags are gonna look different because all of our poems will be unique and different. So you really can paint however you may like. Right now I'm blending. Figure eights with paintbrushes are great for blending colors. Clean your brushes too when you change your paint colors. Another cool thing that you can do with the Tyvek is that if you want to be like a little bit blotchy, or you want to give a little bit of a vintage look to your flag, which I do want it, is that you can crinkle. You can crinkle it a little as well. So when you crinkle, you're gonna see some of the whites coming through, and that also highlights some areas, creating interest. All right, I kind of like it like this. So I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'm gonna paint the back portion of my flag. All right, so my flag is nice and dry. And like I said, I wanted to leave some lighter tones so my darker pen would show through it. And now I will write my haiku poem on my flag. So the way that these acrylic pen works is that you kind of shake it, press it up and down into a surface that you don't want it to be stained. So I'm using newsprint. And you want to leave it pressed down for a while. It takes a couple of seconds, like even 30 seconds. So you can see mine right now is showing up the acrylic paint. All right, so I'm just gonna write my poem on my flag. Okay, so you can add any design or symbols that you may want to in your flags. I kind of just want to do some scribbles here on the bottom, and I think of rivers. But I really like how my flag is painted, so I don't want to do a lot with it. Thank you for participating in Signaling Stillwater. Now that you're finished, hang your flag outside near a body of water or someplace special to you so all can see. And don't forget to share a picture with us on Facebook and tag us at OSU Museum of Art.